What is going on? You're listening to episode 265 of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host, N64 Josh. Player 2, Crawler. What's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going? I can't even get through it. It's all coming at you.
Player 3 tonight, Destinot, coming in hot. What's going on, buddy?
I can't even get through it as the name of a movie I just watched recently. I'm doing good, though. How are you guys?
Doing well. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, doing good. Well, hey, that music you just heard is from On Being Human. Check them out on Spotify and YouTube. This is an unofficial Nintendo podcast, and if you'd like to get a free copy of my book, Another Castle, on Audible, head on over to n64josh.com/audible. The chair I'm sitting in, Crawler's sitting in, and Destinot ordered 2 this week. Soon to be sitting in. They'll be here Friday. OP Seat. Best gaming chair around. n64josh.com/OP Seat saves you $10 at checkout. All right, so go get yourself a gaming chair. I know a lot of you guys have. I've been seeing you guys using that link, so thank you so very much. Make sure to hit me up in Discord or tweet at me and them and let me know what you think, because I seriously love this chair. I know Crawler likes his, and I know Destinot's not going to be disappointed. So there you go.
Did you check out twice, Destinot, to get your...
I did. The funny thing is I've only gotten one confirmation saying that my product is shipped, but it seems like a product that they probably don't have just inventory sitting around, so maybe they're making it like as they get orders.
I don't know. You're also in the town they ship it from, so.
Oh really? Well, hey, maybe I'll get sooner than expected. We'll see. But yeah, I'll definitely I'm excited because both my wife and I have chairs that we sit in quite regularly, and due to current events get even more action from our backsides. So I'm very excited to test out the very cushy, plushy seats that I've heard so much about.
Yeah, you're going to love it. All right, well, hey, let's get on to our announcements.
Hey, listen.
Guys, we're still looking for writers for n64josh.com. I've been adding people left and right. If you're still interested and want to do it, make sure to hit me up and, look at it a little bit like a job interview in a way, like, bring some samples, things like that. That's mainly what I'm going to ask for. I'm not a real stickler on this stuff. I just want to make sure that it's, that at least it's like has somewhat, there's some grammar ability, things like that, which there to use and which to
install Grammarly and proofread it before you send it to Josh.
Yes, please do that. So, but hit me up in the Discord. That's the best way. I can add you to our writers group, and it's a lot of fun. Thank you to everybody that went and checked out my song, Another Wasp Nest. I'm going to be recording a Zelda song this week, and I'm going to try to get it out tomorrow, actually. So that'll be on YouTube if you want to hear "Dangerous to Go Alone." That's coming very soon. So also, I just want to let you guys know, make sure to go follow me on TikTok. All right, if you're like, what's TikTok? Go check it out, and don't get too addicted. Crawler's shaking his head no right now. If you guys are just listening, so
if you don't know what it is, that's your kids.
Right, exactly. So, and of course, we want you guys to come hang out in the Discord. Oh, and the other thing, last week we did a late night Mario Kart, and this is actually very important. Like, if you're finding yourself in a time like this time, if maybe you live alone, maybe you don't have a lot of interaction with people, Friday night, late night Friday, it's like 10 p.m. Eastern is what I'm shooting for. We're getting together in Discord. We have multiple voice chats. We can put, I don't know how many people can fit in a voice chat. We won't all fit into the same Mario Kart rooms, but like, we just jumped in and we all played as if we were sitting in the same room together. Like, the only thing that was missing was high fives and shoulder punches, pretty much. But like, really good time, lots of laughs, lots of swearing. Just to give you a heads up, because it's Mario Kart. So I know.
99 can fit in a room.
Oh, there
we can set. Yeah.
There you go. So if you're lonely and you need some like as close to human interaction as we can get for being, just on the internet, it is a really good time. And I know all of you have Mario Kart that listen to this show, because they won't release Mario Kart 9 because of all of you.
No, it's you.
I know. I bought another copy. Stop it. Don't say anything.
Are you serious?
Yes. I got another digital copy for Jen's Switch, so, now every Switch in the house has Mario Kart. That's the way. I don't make these rules. I just pay for them. That's it. That's how it works. So.
Oh, you pay for them.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, if you're finding yourself in kind of just, maybe you're down in the dumps a little bit, you're lonely. We had a really, really good time. I had people message me like later, like, I have not had that much fun. Somebody was like, my wife yelled at me because I was laughing so hard that night.
My wife yells at me all the time that I'm too loud when I'm down here.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you need some laughs and you want to hear me not be so family friendly at Mario Kart, like, Crawler and I will go after each other like with a vengeance. Although it was pretty mild this last week.
First thing I said to you, because I came in a little bit late and you'd already been racing. Yeah. Josh took 11th in some race because he got Mario Karted at the end, and he and I both are right around like, I think 15 and 16,000 VR score. And I came in, I'm like, oh, you lost 28 points. He goes, I wasn't going to put you in the room because I didn't want to hear about it for a little bit. Try to have you forget.
Yep, that's how it goes. That's how it goes.
I can imagine everyone in that chat's wife being like, who are you talking to? And it's like that whole, like, it's Chuck from Allstate, Oh, sure, Chuck from Allstate. You don't laugh like that around me. Like... So maybe be careful.
Yeah, be careful. But we do have a ton of fun. So Mario Kart, 7 p.m., 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, Central Time. Figure it out. You guys know what's up. So jump in. We're gonna make it a regular thing because why not? Why not? And we have a ton of games to talk about. So we're gonna move on to the next section here. Here we go. All right. Well, Destin, welcome back, man. Welcome back. One of the original co-hosts of the Nintendo Powercast. So you picked the Switch back up. You've been playing a little bit here and there, right?
Yeah, I did. You know what? If you guys know me from back in the day, I'm a huge Platinum fan. And they went and released a game that was for Switch only, and I'm like, you're killing me, guys. You're killing my wallet right now. Like, I'll pretty much play anything they put out. The game I'm talking about is Bravely Default.
Yeah. No, it's
playing a lot of it. I loved it.
It's not.
Wait,
it's
hold on.
called Astral Chain.
Okay. That was a test. See if you guys are paying attention. You guys passed barely. C minus.
C plus.
The real name is Astral Chain. Just so you guys know. No, an amazing game. It's definitely typical Platinum. I was not disappointed. I was blowing through it like 8 hours a day. I just stopped playing it because another tiny little indie game called Animal Crossing came out. Yeah. So I've been just playing that like crazy. And for some reason, I have a ton of extra time right now for some weird reason. So yeah, just playing a lot of Animal Crossing right now.
And you played the GameCube version just briefly, right? Like,
I never got hardcore into it, and here was why. I was only able to play it late at night, and the shop is closed.
Right.
Like after was it 8, 9, or 10?
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm kind of surprised this current game hasn't had an option. Like, it's nice that the shop's open till what, 10?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But in New Leaf, you could set if you wanted to be a night owl, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this game doesn't seem to have that.
Not yet.
So that would have been awesome because, like I said in the original one, that's why I stopped playing it because I'm like everything's closed. Like I can't do anything. This one only because of like I said, the current world events. I've been able to play it all day long.
So in the GameCube version, at one point they changed the store to a Nook and Go. So it's more like I assume what a Wawa is. Shout out to Super Nintendo.
like a convenience store with Jay and Silent Bob out in front.
Yes, and it was open way later. It was open till like midnight or 1 a.m. or something like that. And so it was like, oh, this is the best. And then like because you're selling so much, it was one of the fastest upgrades. And you're like, dang it, now it's back to like a lousy time again. So, but I mean, the simple way around it, you just change your clock if you need to. Worst case scenario, But
I could have, but no. I played the original. I'd only played the original, and this one actually reminds me a lot of that one, almost exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess it depends how much you liked the original. But liking it so far, loving it. Love the customization, and I'm looking forward to what I hear is even more customization later on.
Have you added 10 villagers yet?
No, I have one. I think I've got like 5 houses right now.
Okay.
They're all full. I tried to get some black horse that was drinking coffee, but he was all super emo and like didn't want to hang out with me. So it's like real life, so
That's too bad.
Yeah.
That's too
Save
bad.
save those Nook miles. You need like 28,000 Nook miles if you want to get all the customization stuff right away.
I think I have that right now because I always do like the ×2 ×5s like right away.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I have a ton right now.
That's
so,
good.
Yeah.
That's good. Crawler, what you been playing, man?
I mean, so I jumped back into playing. I mean, more Animal Crossing, but I've some guys in the Discord. We played some Rainbow Six on console this weekend. That was pretty fun. But getting back into Mario Kart, that was really enjoyable this weekend. So I'm looking forward to doing that more. That's just a good time to have just some good social hour stuff. But Animal Crossing, I'm getting my reverb now too. But let's see, like I'm back. I talked about missing my the daily Nook stop streak, but I'm back up to that. I got my 7 days going now, so I'm getting the 300 miles every day. But I've sat down and I took some of those customization options, and I've been laying out a brick path to mark spots for my neighborhood that I'm gonna start paying Tom Nook $50K a day to move one villager
Oh yeah.
to different spots on my map. So it's like if you knew what you were wanting to do, I didn't know enough. But like this game is very ambiguous with the grid system. Like it's there, but it's not cut and dry. So it's like even when you place a house, what I've found, like, because I've laid out patches of grass that I want to have houses on in my neighborhood, and you have to be just slightly to the right of the center when you place the construction kit. So it's kind of hard to sometimes make sure you're staying even unless you have those tools that come with having 10 villagers and KK comes to your island and you get those abilities right away. So it's nice now that you can kind of see that visually when you want to like lay it out, but it takes some time, and it's one villager a day to move. So I have a neighborhood planned. I kind of know where I'm gonna pay $50K to move Nook's Cranny like 4 blocks and 1 block down probably. So I'm barely moving it, but I'm gonna pay to do it. And yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Yeah,
It's brought me back in, and it's given me something to do. Like I cleared out all my trees on Sunday or something like that, I think is when I started doing it. So that had been kind of my biggest hang up. It's like, oh, I think I need all these trees to harvest, and it's like it's not that big a deal, and I have so much in my storage in my house right now, so it's like I don't need to worry about it. So, and there's other trees to go. I don't harvest every tree every day anyway, so it's not that big a deal. I ate the fruit to move the fruit trees that were already fully grown, and I put them somewhere else, and I'll find a place to have a fruit orchard somewhere else on my island once I've cleared it out. But it's a lot of just move this to move this kind of thing, and it's work, but it's also you can kind of see your progress as you're going.
Yeah, I've started like really getting into the terraforming and like making a suburb area where all the houses are, and then I'm gonna have the kind of the commercial area where all the shops are gonna be, and in between that I've wanted to make a pretty dense forest area that I'm going to set up my, like, I've moved my campsite today. I set up a couple of, I have to do 2 inclines that I want to do. I got to make sure I pay for that tonight, by the way. And so I've spent a ton of time, like I laid out, I removed everything from this big spot of land, all the trees, all the flowers. I took and laid out paths of dirt so that I could see exactly what I was working with. And then also because I thought dirt would look good around the trees, looking a little more like, you know, if it was dense forest, you wouldn't really have grass growing under it, right? And what I'm finding is and I don't want you guys to think I'm being like salty about this. This game needs some serious quality of life things to fix the terraforming, right? Like if you go into your house and you set something down, you can hit the up arrow or the up on the D-pad, and you can, with a grid, see exactly where you're moving things, how you're moving them. And I think a similar grid, like basically when you switch to that construction mode, you should almost see what square you're going to be interacting with when you hit A, because it never fails. I'll dig something, and then like for a pond or a waterfall, and then I'll hit the corner to clean it up nice. and then I'll move just enough so that I think I'm going to hit the next one, and I'll end up filling in that exact spot or it'll take it all the way out, and I'm like, that's 3 moves I have to redo now. Like, I usually keep my stream pretty family friendly, but I almost lost it today while I was terraforming because I was just like, are you kidding me? You know, like.
Well, and I saw you starting to complain as well about the eating fruit, and that's one of the biggest complaints I've had. Like the amount of clicks to get through something. Just click. I want to move X number of trees, so I want to eat 8 pieces of fruit. Just let us do it.
Let us just eat the group that's in there. You can eat 10 turnips on accident. Like,
super easy.
Yeah.
At least it's the second. So I was talking to, I think I was in a chat in the Discord talking about it, and somebody was like, yeah, at least they make it it's usually drop item is the first thing. They make it a non damaging option as the first if you're clicking too fast. So you just drop it and you have to pick it back up. So it's not like you're going to accidentally eat 10 really quick, but when you're luckily you can't put turnips in storage, so you're not doing that, but you are moving to drop them when you have to go put them in your basement or wherever else around your island. It's quick if you're doing 40 of them at a time. It's quick to slip on that stick one time and not click the third option down and go to drop and you eat it. So it is possible, but it's
yeah, but because it's possible to eat 10 turnips, just let me eat 10 cherries.
Yeah, it's there.
You know what I mean? Like if that's there already, it should just be a thing. And because the drop button is there, I'm trying to spam A. I'll drop it, pick it back up, eat one, drop the next one, pick it back up. I'm like,
I don't know how many times I've done that. Well, and then even today, somebody in the Discord had a good price on turnips. It was like 524 bells or something like that. So I traveled, but his island was full. And when I would go through the 8 clicks that it is to enter a dodo code, which is annoying because it's, yes, I want to fly. I want to go to somebody's island. I want to go online. I want a dodo code. And then you got to enter the dodo code. And then it's like, oh, the island's full. And it just kicks you back out to talking to Wilbur right there. And then you got to go through all the clicks again. Just like, say the island's full. Do you want to try again? Just like it does when like somebody's on their Nook phone and you got the interference while somebody's coming and going. Just it's a lot of there needs to be a lot of quality of life.
Yeah. And I mean, here's the thing. And then I get people in my YouTube comments like, oh, you're complaining about a kid's game. It's like, what kid is reading this much? All right. Like, what kid is going?
My 6-year-old's loving it. He comes down and he reads Isabel's like morning announcements and all that kind of. His reading has been going great, and he comes in and reads all the stuff.
You're not helping my argument here. You're not helping my argument.
I know, but he enjoys it. But yes, it's I'm clicking through it as fast as I can because I don't want to read it all.
Right. Well, but here's the other thing too. Like, on a positive note, my word, the villagers spend time like I've avoided villagers pretty much since the first game. Like, I didn't really spend time talking to them. I didn't think it was worth it. The writing is so well done, so clever, and like so hilarious. Like, I'm thinking about starting an Instagram for some of these characters and just posting their conversations to it because they're a riot. Like, I have pictures today of Rex telling Axel to hurry up and show him his 8-pack abs. He doesn't want to have to wait for the premiere, right? And it's like this long, like.
Oh, Axel told me today he has 64-pack abs.
Dude, I tweeted out, or I retweeted. Jen had a picture of. She took a picture of herself, and Axel is walking behind the forest, and all you see is part of his grin and one eyeball, and it's just tiny in the background. It's like the creepiest, best photobomb. If you guys go check my Twitter, I retweeted it, or actually go listen to the Animal Crossing podcast. It's out now, the newest episode. And at Crosser Jen is Jen's new Twitter account too, because she's just strictly focusing on Animal Crossing. So. Yeah, dude, I was like, I'm dying at some of the stuff in this game. I'm loving it, but other things I'm like, man, this needs some serious love. And I think Nintendo's gonna listen. I think the community's gonna be like, okay, like this, like they've made huge leaps and bounds. I'm gonna put up a video very soon, probably this week, of the original Animal Crossing, so you can see what it's like to sell one item at a time and have to go through all the dialogue boxes again, because you can't click multiple things at once. And you'll be like, what? And they'll be like, hey, what do you want to sell? You're like, I want to sell this. And then you sell that. And you can't stack fruit. So if you want to sell fruit, you're loading up one piece of fruit at a time. and just that's what you had to do. You know, we didn't know any better. We didn't know any better. So, but yeah, I've been playing that. I've been playing Animal Crossing a ton. I actually opened up my 2DS XL and was playing Super Metroid playing Metroid 2. Like, it's such a well done game. I'm like, you know, I kind of want to finish this one. So I actually started playing that a little bit, and yeah, they need to port that over. That needs to be on the Switch. It's a great game, and such for a remake, like, it is spot on.
Speaking of going back to some old games, like I'm half tempted after some of the conversations that was happening in Discord about people getting excited for Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Some people were picking up Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for the first time, and it makes me want to go back. I have a New Game Plus save file started. I just need to go back and I want to play through that and try to catch them all for the Blades, because I know there's some that only were available after you did the New Game Plus and that kind of stuff. So I enjoyed it so much. I kind of want to go through and play it again before Chronicles 1 comes out.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I'd like to finish Torna before it but at least
yeah, I haven't finished Torna either, so yeah, it's something I should do.
So but I have been playing. I played a little bit of Mario Kart, of course, a little bit of Mario Maker. I just fired it up like on a Sunday morning. Was like, yeah, you know, I'm just gonna play some expert levels, and then just got wrecked. I got wrecked, but I still had fun. And yeah, that's kind of been it. It's been mostly Animal Crossing, and then writing a lot of music for me lately. So with that, I think it's time to jump on over to the news. All right. Well, it has not been a slow news week. Holy moly. Nintendo has been dropping stuff like crazy. Last night at like, I don't know, 7 p.m. Pacific time, they were like, oh, hey, Mario Maker 2 is getting its final major update. It's coming out on 4/22. It's already out, guys. It's live. It was live before we started. It's still the 21st, but it was live as soon as we started recording.
It's tomorrow in Australia.
Is it the final update though? Like officially the final?
Well, I don't. It's the final major update. It's final major.
I just want to make sure I got the news right.
Yeah, don't get it wrong.
All right, making sure.
Don't get it wrong. We'll get comments saying it's not the final update. It's the final major one. I'm like, sorry, Karen. Put your eyeballs back in your head. It'll be okay. Wow. So coolest
now
thing.
you're gonna get Karens coming after you, Carl.
Oh, I know.
What's wrong with Karens?
I know. Go to TikTok, you'll find out. Mario Maker 2, we get the Mario 2 mushroom that changes you into the Mario 2 sprite, which I loved. You're able to, this is only happening in Super Mario Brothers mode, right? So each mode got a new power-up, and Super Mario Brothers 2 is what you're getting in Super Mario Brothers. This thing allows you to pick up enemies and throw them, pick up large enemies and throw them through blocks that wouldn't really break before. I mean, you can still kick the enemy into them, but this way you can pick them up and chuck them. You can pick up Goombas and chuck them. You can pick up chain chomps and use them as a weapon, basically.
Yeah, they'll become your friend. You pick up their spike and they just kind of become your friend.
Yeah, like a leash, basically. Like you got a dog on a leash. And then you can pick up the Bullet Bill, throw it flips. You could jump on it and fly. Like, I can't wait to see what people are going to come up with. I kept saying, I did a video on this yesterday right after it dropped, and that's, I just couldn't, like, I can't wait to see what people come with. Oh, snowballs. On the snowy levels, you can just reach into the snow and chuck a snowball. I was like, what? This is so cool. It's so cool. So, Mario 3 is getting the frog suit, which you can swim better, which, you know, of course, but you can also run on top of the water, which is totally new and totally rad, because the worst thing to do in Super Mario Brothers 3 is try to run in the frog suit, because he would just on all fours try to hop really fast, and it was the worst. It was the worst.
Yeah, I think the best example of what is gonna kind of be fun with that frog suit is was on the on the trailer. It's a up scroll kind of level, and they were running on top of water, going back and forth,
right,
horizontally, kind of with different big oversized enemies kind of in the way to. You got to wait for the water to rise and all that kind of stuff. It looked good.
Yeah, absolutely. Destin, I look like you were going to say something.
Oh, I was just trying to I was reminiscing, like, if you had a turbo controller, couldn't you like turbo hop with that frog suit?
Yes, you could.
I don't know why I remember that. Like, and the only reason like you would have a turbo controller is because all the third-party garbage ones had turbo. Like that was their selling point, because the legit ones were expensive. But yeah, I don't know why I remember that. Like a buddy of mine had a turbo controller, and it's like just like like skipping across the surface.
Yep,
Ridiculous.
It's that I remember doing that too. That's so funny. It's so funny. So yeah, frog suit, power balloon, which is from Super Mario World, which is cool. Again, like what kind of stuff are we gonna see here? Super acorn, which why wasn't it there already? It should have been. It was the main thing in the new Super Mario Brothers series, especially New Super Mario Bros. U. And so, or even was it? I think that was the main one.
It was I think originally in the 3DS version of New Super Mario Brothers, I think, right?
They had the
or not 3DS,
Tails.
the DS versions. Excuse me.
I don't.
That's what the graphics look like when they showed it on the.
Yeah, I think
On the
I
trailer.
think it was exclusive to the Wii U, but I'd have to look it up to see for sure. But then we're also seeing a boomerang flower, which was really cool, picking up different like you can pick up coins, you could throw it into clear pipes, things like that. Looks really cool. And then new wearables for Super Mario 3D World, which you got the cannon box, the propeller box, the red POW box, the Goomba mask, which was by far my favorite because when you can just do stealth levels now. Like you could set up levels where the enemies don't mess with you if you keep this thing on. And if you crouch walk, you look just like a Goomba. Like I don't know who came up with this, but like it's so cool. It's so cool. Like I love those little details, those little touches. And then the last was a Bullet Bill mask, which also had like some pretty cool mechanics of just being able to fly through the level and
It's just a timer, and so that's gonna be it. I think that's gonna be some really fun, challenging levels with the Bullet Bill mask.
Yeah, absolutely. Koopalings. So we're getting some like a bunch more ending like bosses now, right? Like it's not just gonna be Bowser Jr. and Bowser. Like there's some we got some variety here, and we're gonna need it because of what we're gonna talk about in just a little bit here. We're also getting the Cursed Key from Super Mario Bros. 2, which brings out the Phantom. He will chase you through everywhere, which was, as a kid, that was the most terrifying thing in a video game I ever dealt with. I don't know. Dessa, do you remember playing Mario 2 for the first time and that thing starts chasing you and you have the key and you're like, just chucking the key?
Yeah,
so that
you throw it. Yeah, Super Mario Brothers 2 was a weird game.
It was. We've also got on-off trampolines, on-off switches for the trampolines, which would be pretty cool. And then the Mecha Koopa, but it's not just the one from the end of Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario World. You're getting the red Mecha Koopa, which is shooting homing missiles, the blue, which is shooting laser beams, and at night they have jet engines to move around. So there you go. One of the things we've been talking about and wanting since the announcement of Mario Maker 2 was the ability to have your own world so that you could create an entire Mario game yourself, not just the levels, but an entire world. And World Maker is now here. You can create worlds. Expect some streams from me, guys, just making worlds and making levels, because it's got to happen. So that's going to probably start even tomorrow. We might jump in and do that a little bit once I get tired of some Animal Crossing. So like, Crawler, take it away. What's some of the stuff?
Yeah, I was say they added. You can have the bonus stages, like they showed off the bonus stage from Mario Brothers 3 with the match 3 or the scrolling matching game.
Yep.
You can have warp pipes, so you can build an island or just a roadblock in your. I don't know if that'd be cool if you could put a roadblock like from some of those later levels in Mario 3. Where you had to find, like, was that like World 6 or 7? Was all those different islands that you just had to go warp pipe to warp pipe around?
Oh yeah.
Yep. So you can maybe play around with that and see what you get. But the overworld, there's different options. There's the standard, like green grassy one. They have underground, desert, snow, sky, forest, volcano, and outer space. So you can make all sorts of different themes and different ways to make your worlds. You're allowed up to 8 worlds to create with up to 40 courses. So that's almost a full-fledged game there.
Oh yeah. It really is. Destin, is this a game that interests you at all, or that you've gotten into at all?
No, I haven't even played it a little bit.
Not even the first one either.
I never got it. It's just one of those ones where it looks amazing. It's just one of those ones where it's just like not in that genre of what I'm into, and I never picked it up. And it's one of those ones where you're like, oh man, I'd love to get this, and I know myself, I guess. So I was like, oh man, I know I'd want to do something cool with it, but then I'm like, I know myself, it would be one of those purchases.
Just collect some dust. Yeah, gotcha. All right, well, moving on to Animal Crossing. I see a funny picture in the show notes here saying it's wedding season. Animal Crossing free April update releases the 23rd. Okay, new island visitors. Leaf will be visiting with a garden shop, and he's adding bushes, so you can start growing different bushes. I know in New Leaf you could get like a hydrangea bush and different things, and they would blossom at different times of the year, so it should be something similar. That's what the trailer looked like anyway. Jolly Red with the treasure trawler. He's going to be showing up and selling artwork, but be careful because it could be fake. And Blathers will only take the authentic pieces of art. So this is one of those things, I'm not kidding you. In New Leaf, my museum is full except for the art. I was like, nope, I'm tired of Red and dealing with this. But he does come. I think he'll come at least once a week. I don't think he'll be random. I think he'll have a specific day he shows up on. It could be though. I mean, I'm speculating. But this artwork looks different. It looks like they've added. It's more than just your paintings, which was the main thing in the last game. You're going to see a lot more like sculptures, statues, things like that. And so, and the way the museum is looking right now, like the more the merrier. Let's see where this thing goes. I'm excited to see what they do. Nature Day 4/23 to 5/4. And you get special Nook Mile rewards to earn. It doesn't look like we're going to be collecting something. It looks like about planting shrubs and things like that. My only concern for people here is that like for the people that are like, my island's done, everything's set up, they've got their paths the way they want them, all this stuff, and then they're like, oh no, I could put shrubs on both sides now. I'm going to need to expand things. Like, I could see some people being a little bit frustrated by this not being there from the get-go, but at the same time, there's so much to do in this game that I kind of see why they're drip feeding some of this stuff in also, So, yeah, that's that is what it is. Mayday event 5/1 to 5/7. Travel to a special Mayday island. What's important about this is there's an Easter egg in the video. You get to see the backside of Rover's head. Rover is the first person you meet in Animal Crossing when you fire up the GameCube. You're on the train with him and he's having conversation, and if you're rude to him, he gets pretty rude back to you. It's kind of funny actually. So I was kind of going over this. I did a video about this trailer, and I paused and kind of scoped the screen a little bit. There's an arrow pointing towards a house while Rover's sitting next to his bonfire, and so, or his campfire. So it makes me wonder, is he going to have a shop? He's usually had something to do with travel of some kind, I believe anyway. So I'm just kind of curious, like there could be something to him. It looks like we get to go visit him one time. So I don't know if it's going to be like a quarterly thing. The island that you go and visit, they showed like almost like an obstacle course. You were jumping over holes, which I assume were water, but I'd have to look a little bit closer. They didn't look like just little water holes.
They didn't look like water, but I don't know.
We don't have anything in the game right now that you could just dig a hole. Everything.
But they were like hedge mazes, like that you were kind of navigating through.
Yeah.
And like in the trailer, the player jumps over a hole, and there's a tool sitting on the ground in a toolbox. So we don't know exactly what tool it was. But then there was a crafting table on the other side of the hedge maze as well. So I don't know. And
there was also an orange tree, which would indicate the possibility of maybe you need to eat some fruit to be able to move some stuff to get through. So yeah, like it's going to be pretty interesting to see. And I'm wondering if time travelers are going to be able to make this work. Like if once this update hits, if they can go far enough ahead to see what this Mayday event is, or if it's going to be some kind of an update, which I would assume. I don't think everything's the way that this game has updated 4 times, like almost in a week it updated 4 times. I'm assuming like Leaf's going to show up on the 23rd, and then we'll get another minor update that will add, they've been blocking stuff out for time travel so that it's dependent on those point
2.5 update kind of things that they're adding in every time.
We get International Museum Day, 5/18 to 5/31. You get an in-game reward for completing the stamp rally, which is like going through and just checking out the different exhibits, which I think is kind of cool. It gives us reason to go in there and look at this stuff. Not that they didn't, I mean, they did a great job with it as it is, but this kind of gives you another reason to go in there. And it seems like they could continue to do more stuff with this. And then lastly is the wedding season, 6/1 to 6/30. Create memories for the anniversary of Cyrus and Reese. And the little trailer ends with them, like the camera, the person behind the camera whistling. They both look and then they snap a picture. And you're going to be able to unlock wedding items for your house to
they like set up a whole chapel for the picture.
Yeah, at Harbs they did at Harbs. So there you go. So Destinot, I'm going to throw it over to you. Does any of this excite you? Is any of it like whatever? Where are you at with it?
So yeah, so I'm not super far. I'm not as far as you guys in the game. Like I'm still kind of like limited by the initial game itself. You know, like you mentioned some things about what about the people that had their island exactly how they want it. You know, and this new stuff is going to come out. I'm kind of limited right now, where it's like I don't even have this stuff that I want. Like in my head, I know how I want my island. And it's like geez, like they're like some of my villagers are like, hey, here's this for when KK shows up, you know. And it's like I don't want to put this stupid thing out on my island. Like I feel like it's just clutter.
I was to say I'm the same way. I still barely have any random stuff just sitting outside of my I have stuff in my house, but I don't have stuff just sitting outside, and Isabel critiques me on that all the time.
Yeah, I have like a 1-star right now. It's like, why? Because I didn't want to take this little like electric fan and just leave it out in a field somewhere. Like it's like, but maybe I need to just like actually, you know, like play the game and do all this junk, get to the kind of where I can terraform, and then I can kind of focus on what I want to do.
That's when I felt like I was happy with playing it more.
Yeah.
Until I got terraforming and could set it up a little bit.
Yeah. So I actually do like the fact that they will be coming out with not only new stuff, but also things that are kind of like, you could say, like, you know, timed events. Because one thing about this, like you mentioned time travel, Josh, I get that it's part of the mechanic of the system, but it's also like, imagine if you could do that in like an MMO game, you know, where it's supposed to be this persistent world that everyone kind of lives in, and you can travel to other people's islands. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, now I don't want to say it's a cheat, you know, because it's more of like a mechanic. It's there, it's available to you. There can be some problems with it, but I like that maybe these events will kind of curb some of that and kind of just keep it on a, hey, you want to play? You got to show up, you know, you got to right. Put the work in. So
yeah,
and I'm all for it. I like these little events, and the museum. I think the museum is awesome this time compared to, like I said, I only played the first one, but
right.
It's really fun to do, and I'm glad there will be consistently updating the game.
I think Nintendo's also learning, because we saw how quickly did they adapt to limiting or slowing down the balloons and all that kind of stuff with the
eggs.
All the eggs. So I mean, some people had the benefit, I guess. I didn't go chase down a ton of balloons, but like some people got their golden slingshot because of that event already. So it's like there's benefits to it, but yeah, it was kind of annoying.
Or if you're just really into Easter, like if that's your holiday, like you were probably like, this is the best, you know. But like I'm like, I could care less about the aesthetics of any of this. Like
I just like that now I can go find 4 fossils and I don't have to worry about digging up earth eggs.
I know. Like, I love fishing in this game, and it's like when everything's an egg, I'm like you're kidding me, dude. Like this is, yeah. So I'm glad they responded that fast and listened that fast. So hopefully I think it shows that they are listening, and this is a huge game for them. This isn't like some side project where they're like, take it or leave it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this stuff.
It's one of those games that I can't wait to in a year look back on and be like, hey guys, remember when we talked about like how like we thought the game was kind of bare bones a little bit, like even though there was plenty to do as far as like, and we're gonna look back in a year and be like, what? There's so so very much to do. I mean, I found myself today, I was like, oh, I'm just going to work on my campsite. It was like, I'm going to go I did all my fossils, and I better go check my shops real quick and check my turnip prices. And now I'm carrying too many
All
things.
of a sudden it's an hour later.
Like, yeah. And then you see a balloon, you're like, oh, I got to shoot this balloon, and then trying to terraform, which I was like terrible at. So I'm just like, oh my gosh, so yeah, you can lose yourself forever in it, which is super cool. So,
Yeah.
Crawler, what, like, any final thoughts on you for the stuff that's coming out with AC?
I mean, I'm kind of intrigued by the fact that May Day and Nature Day events are overlapping each other a little bit. We'll see how that works out, but it seems like Nature Day is just focusing on tasks on your island, and May Day is going to be go either pay for a ticket or earn a ticket to go to the island, and you're going to be leaving your island to go partake in this different stuff. So it's good that there's more stuff to do. I'm not super interested in spending my Nook miles anymore to go to the mystery islands, just because I don't need tarantulas anymore. Like I just made another 2 million on turnips with only buying 4,000. So it's that's something I did this weekend. I waited in line 100-person queue on turnip exchange website, and I mean, I was able just to like get in the queue, and you just leave the browser open and it counts you down, and then you get a dodo code when it's your turn and you just go in and sell. But like that was an experience, I guess. Like I had missed kind of the chance to take advantage of people in the Discord that had good prices earlier in the week, and so I was doing that on a Saturday. But that was interesting. And then just looking on that website, there are some greedy people out there that want payment up front when you're trying to come with 4,000 turnips in your inventory, so you can't bring money with you. One guy was asking for 2 million bells up front for a run. Like that's like half your inventory full of bells to go and pay him, and then you got to go like how long does that take to get through that queue? So
yeah,
turnip exchange website is its own mess. But yeah, I mean, I didn't think I was going to be as invested in this game and checking in every day. My kids look forward to it. The little bit of time we spend before bedtime or something like that, they enjoy it. So it's been good. I'm looking forward to more events. I'm inching closer and closer, I think, to trying to finish out at least my fossils. I haven't been chasing down species as much for insects and fish, but that's also dependent on the seasons. I missed like the stringfish and some of that stuff, so I might have to take advantage of a time travel event or your southern hemisphere when it becomes available here in about a month and a half. So I mean, that's just kind of it's got a long burn. So, and I didn't think I was going to spend that much time, so it's been good.
Yeah, it's cool. Well, moving right along, Tetris 99 is getting the 12th Maximus Cup, runs 424 to 427. It's a Ring Fit Adventure theme. Man, Tetris is still so good. I can hop back into that every now and again too and be like, what time is it now? What? Just one more game. What's going on? Like, beware of the Tetris 99. Ninjala open beta. This game should be on your radar. It's they talked about in the mini direct. It's like the 3v3 or 4v4.
It's a melee game, but it's like it looks like Splatoon kind of.
Yeah. So the beta will begin the 20th. You can preload the game. It's on the eShop now. Team-based melee fighting. Showing off the mini direct. And then lastly, the Metroid Prime Trilogy has been found in the database for Best Buy.
Don't tease me.
And guess what else was found in the database?
I clicked on the link today when I was searching stuff, and the Best Buy website said page not available. Like it was ripped down already. But
okay.
This article that I have linked here in the show notes, I guess is I think the article said it was a well-known data miner for Smash, and they've been pretty spot on with a lot of stuff. So it's good to see, and we've seen games like this pop up in Best Buy database from employees that have searched for it, and then also we've seen them in like GameStop databases as well. But GameStop isn't open right now, so those employees aren't there to go fish for it. But
3D World, Super Mario 3D World was also spotted on Best Buy today. So there's another one there as well. So Destinat, you said don't tease me. You got you love the Prime series?
I do. That's another one of those that I've just never been able to finish. But I love like the original Prime. I just the way it's kind of set up. I'm not a huge fan of the Metroid or Super Metroid, like the side scrollers.
You
But
played
for
it late,
something about
right?
the
Did you
3D
play
one.
Super
What's that?
Metroid late in life, not like as a kid or whatever?
See, that's the thing. I think I played the original Metroid like
Yeah.
way back, and it's one of those things where it's like, wait a minute, like I don't know where I'm going. Like this isn't.
Right.
I can't just run to the right. Like
Yeah,
And
what
Super
is it?
Metroid was just that much better than original Metroid too.
Yeah, I mean, like, if I would have played them when I was younger, or maybe understood them, because everything that I was used to when I was younger was like Mario Brothers style, or Castlevania. You
Yeah.
just you move to the right, you punch, you kick, you jump, whatever. So like at the time, games like Zelda to me were kind of, I'm like, what is this? Like, it's just like kind of like open world games, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't really have that attachment to the original Metroid games.
Yeah, I get you. It's because for me, Super Metroid's one of those games I had it was one of the times I had the first emotional experience in a game where I was like the story moved me. I was like, oh, this is crazy. And so yeah, I'm a huge fan of the series. I loved Prime. The first Prime was one of my favorites on the GameCube. And I had I was like, please be the GameCube's Halo, you know what I mean? And it wasn't, but it was still great. It was definitely more of an adventure game than a first person shooter. And then the second game, I think I still have my save file, but what happened is I saved right before a boss with a very low health, and I couldn't go back. And I was essentially kind of soft locked in the spot. There was nothing I could do. It did not matter. I could not dodge enough. Even if I just had one more energy tank, I would have been fine. But I tried and tried and tried and tried and tried and tried. So I did not want to give up on that game because I was like, yeah, I was really, really liking it. That was when I was playing on my Wega,
I'm really hoping that when this Prime 4 comes out, I really hope it's a little bit more fast-paced and actiony, similar to the original Halo when you encountered the flood.
Mm-hmm.
I could really see it being like that, and I don't know. I'm excited for it
because all the Prime games I haven't played them. I've seen some of them, but it's more based on a lot of 3D puzzles, right?
Yeah, and the controls are the equivalent of the original Resident Evil while in first person.
It's you had to stop and aim, kind of, right?
Yeah, and it just didn't follow that traditional
running
dual
gun
joystick. It was you still used one joystick, and then you had to what was it? You hold L to aim, and it was
and to lock onto the targets.
Yeah, it was
GoldenEye style where you got to press the bumper.
Yep.
Once you get used to it, it's very intuitive, I guess. It's you got to kind of unlearn your Halo controls and kind of rewire your brain a little bit. But once you do, it's not bad at all. The problem is it's just different.
Which makes me wonder if why these took so long is if maybe they you guys have played more than I have. Do you think it would work in the more modern traditional 3D shooter control style to work how our brains function now?
Yes.
Could they modify the controls?
So yeah,
the reason is
would make it more fast paced.
The reason is Metroid Prime, or what is it? Metroid Federation or whatever.
Hunter Federation Force, yeah, the one with you had to use the stylus on the 3DS.
So
does that one exist?
Let's see, Metroid Federation Force. Not many people like this game, but it's essentially exactly what you're talking about, Brian, of a fast-paced Metroid game that is modern twin stick, modern sticks. You can change your control scheme from original Prime controls to modern controls. I think there might even be a nod to Halo or something in the control scheme. I can't remember exactly though. But yeah, it becomes when I first started getting into Federation Force, it was way late in the lifespan of the game, so there was nobody playing it. But to get into that game with 4 people, I think would be an absolute blast, because you need somebody like repairing something while somebody else is guarding their back, and it's essentially like doing raids in Metroid. And so like I think it just had such a bad rap right off the bat, but that game gives me hope for the Metroid Prime remaster, and so does Samus Returns. Metroid Prime, or Metroid, I keep saying Prime, Metroid 2 remake on the DS is way more than just a reskin or a rehash of the, like, boss battles have changed. Your mechanics have changed. You have a mechanic where if enemies like burrow into the ground, like if you shoot them and they burrow in, you can melee them and crack them out of the ground, flip them on their back like a turtle on its back, and then shoot them because it reveals the soft spot, you know? So like, if they really did a little more than just the, like, you know, oh, it's HD remake or whatever, so it's like more polygons, whatever, widescreen. But if they actually add some gameplay mechanics and stuff that maybe they're going to be teasing for what will be in Prime 4, like we could be in for a real treat with these games, like real treat.
Did 3 have good, at least split screen multiplayer? Could that be expanded or no? Into the online realm?
It's so hard for me to go back to those games and try to play with the Wii remote and the nunchuck. Like, I have the trilogy on the Wii and I started playing. I was going to stream it. I was really excited for it, and I remember the commercials were so cheesy. There's a person doing like somersaults through their living room and like jumping up and shooting and landing on their couch, and you're just like,
can't do that in the game though.
No, and I'm not doing that in real life. No way. You know, so I mean, here I can tell you this: Metroid Prime, Metroid Hunters on the DS, which was the one you did control with the stylus, which I got a thumb stylus for. I inverted my touchscreen so that I can play it the way I normally play.
I'd say I have Hunters for my DS.
Yeah, that was a blast. I had so much fun playing that game. It was so fast paced. So there's a ton of potential for Metroid to be an amazing series, especially to scratch the itch of all of us shooter fans. So fingers crossed if it doesn't get delayed, if it's a game that gets to come out this year, I hope we get to see modern. It's got to be a modern control scheme. They're not going to make us do. They're not going to make us go back to the.
Can you imagine how crazy this year would be if we get the Mario 35th anniversary tease stuff that we think we're maybe getting with all the games, and then maybe even Zelda being the holiday game? That would make this year almost maybe better than launch year.
And one more thing worth noting, I got to try to find the article if I can quickly here, but I saw a number of videos talking about
Super Nintendo 2020 year of the recycled game.
Year of the recycled game, right. So like Nintendo will boost Switch production to combat global shortages. Like the system is selling like crazy right now. I'm trying to find, I saw a number of videos talking about like just the sales of like Animal Crossing and things like that. I'm not seeing one right off the bat because it's a little bit.
Well, while you're searching, I'm going to give a quick PSA to everybody. I've seen a lot of articles. I think this had surfaced a couple weeks ago as well. But a lot of Nintendo accounts are getting hacked and V-Bucks are being purchased on your account. So there is an option to enable two-factor authorization on your account. I would make sure you have that turned on. I know I did that when I think there was, like I said, a couple weeks ago, maybe a month or two, there was rumors of hackers getting into your accounts. So just make sure you guys are looking out for that, just because the Nintendo Switch has been having a lot of new people coming on with everyone kind of this being the hot. March has been crazy for Nintendo, and especially the Switch and Animal Crossing and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you're protecting yourself, especially if you have kids going online and playing Fortnite or anything like that. So protect yourself.
Yeah, for real. Don't mess around with it, because it's. I'm not sure that there's been much of an official report, but I've seen a lot in the Game Explain Discord where they post regularly like, hey, these people got hacked, you know. This is an article from 9 hours ago. Nintendo Switch sales in March more than doubled from last year, reports NPD. So and PlayStation 4 and Xbox sales were up more than 25% year over year also. So like it's really good. But let's see, this is a tweet This is a tweet that says hardware spending in March 2020 grew 63% when compared to a year ago. Nintendo Switch hardware sales more than doubled when compared to a year ago, and PlayStation 4 and Xbox One more than 25%. So it and let's see, Nintendo Switch set a new all-time record for hardware units in in March. So besting previous highs set by Nintendo Switch was March 27th, the launch month. So yeah, like systems are selling like, and I mean, you know, I've had people reaching out to me like, hey, where can I get a Switch right now? And I'm like, I don't know. Like I heard Best Buy's got Switch Lites back in stock right now.
Yeah,
and I know Walmart got some back in stock.
I looked at Best Buy today. There were some that I could go pick up at local stores, not my regular Best Buys, but like the gray and the yellow were available for purchase online. But the turquoise was not. The turquoise had to be picked up at somewhere that had in store stock, but it was available there. It looked like the regular dockable Switch was not in stock there, but Walmart had stuff come in stock late last week, I believe. So it's kind of been trickling in. If you follow different Twitter feeds, they came alive again last week or whatever with reporting when Switches were available. But I'm gonna give one more note of if you have not played Celeste, there's no reason not to. It's only $5 I think right now in the eShop, so go get that game and play it. It's fantastic.
Speaking of, I didn't get a chance to first look them yet, but I picked up 3 of the Raw Fury games on sale. So guys, go check out Raw Fury sale as well. You've got Kingdoms, Dandara, and Goner were the 3 that I picked up, and I think I spent.
Y'all don't know about Dandara.
Yeah, that's right. Shout out to Mel. And I think I spent probably less than $15 on all 3 of those games. And Dandara's Metroidvania. It has a recent expansion. Kingdoms looks really cool. Like Kingdoms looks like the kind of game that you'd play before you go to bed, kind of to chill out and relax a little bit with. And Goner just looks like kind of a crazy. The graphics are kind of wild on it and stuff. So anyway, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. Let's wrap this thing up here. All right, Crawler, where can people find you?
Crawler is coming at you in the Discord. So come hang out there, n64josh.com/discord. Come play Mario Kart. Come talk about turnips and complaining about turnipexchange.com and all that kind of stuff. So have a good time, sell some turnips, talk about Animal Crossing, play other games. Come hang out.
Yeah. Destin, how about you?
Same thing. You can find me in the Discord under Destinot. Yeah, hopefully soon. I don't know how soon. I'll be able to finish up my island. Kind of modeled it after an old ancient battlefield, so hopefully that turns out cool. And I'll throw the code out there so you guys can visit.
We'll do an episode of Animal Crossing Cribs.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully I can. I gotta live up to that last episode. Jeez. Now
I need to go. I haven't watched him yet. I need to go watch.
Don't. You'll just feel embarrassed.
No, I love it. Pitt knocked it out of the park, and so did Jay Harley and I Fight Dragons. So, guys, you can follow me everywhere at N64Josh. I just set up an OnlyFans account if you want to. I'm just kidding. That's not a real thing.
Family friend.
Yeah, don't Google that. And we do have a Facebook group, n64josh.com/Facebook group. But if you are mostly on Facebook and you're playing Animal Crossing, again, Crosser Jen. Animal Crosser Jen, that's her Instagram and her Facebook. She has got a Facebook group just for cataloging, right? Just for cataloging. So if you want to, basically she opens up her island and allows people to come pick up like 50 items and then drop them so that you can add them to your catalog and then be able to order those things for yourself. And here's a quick little tip. If you have a handful of friends and you want to get an item quickly, order it and send it to them. They can get it immediately and then mail it right back to you. So you don't have to wait a day for stuff to show up. So, little tip. You can only send 2 items at a time. So again, you're a little bit limited, but if there's something you really want to get, that's the way to do it. So, like I said, guys, you can follow me everywhere. If you want to get my book, n64josh.com/audible, you can pick it up for free right there. And yeah, come hang out for Mario Kart night, especially if you're lonely, you need people to chat with, you want a good laugh. We might grab some beers or whatever and just hang out and
White Paw.
A White Claw, yeah, whatever, whatever you're doing.
The kids are drinking these days behind the Waffle bar.
Yeah, right. So, but yeah, we just appreciate you guys listening. And of course, the most important thing you can do, if you're enjoying this content, please share it. Please share it with, friends, family, throw it wherever you do. I'd really, really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now. Do the Mario. Burp, 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 burp. Do the Mario. Do the Mario.